Welcome back to Starler Play Football with myself, Theo. As always, thank you very much for joining me. Now, before we get back into the videos, the Premier League previews, we're almost done. We're almost at the end of the previews. But before we do get back to them, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and also leave your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit that notification bell as well before you leave the video. Now, we're talking Southampton, newly promoted back into the Premier League after beating Leeds in the playoff final last season. A team that obviously were relegated the season before that as well, but they come into this with a bit of experience being in the Premier League before their relegation. They were almost cementing themselves as a regular team in the league. So, you know, they're back in almost usual territory. Russell Martin has already brought in 9 players, which we'll talk about some of them in a minute. But I feel like he's done a really good job. Obviously, a manager that loves to play 4-3-3, you know, losing James Ward-Prowse so late, I think, into the transfer window last season. There was a lot of talk about whether, you know, they would be able to sustain and continue and carry on trying to push up the championship table. Obviously, they got a really good squad still based on being in the championship last season as well. So I feel that they've done well, sustained a lot, kept a lot of the players that have brought them up. We're just looking at some of the players now that they've let go. Obviously, Stuart Armstrong's gone, Lanarko's gone, Kaleta Carr's gone, Che Adams has been released, or he's gone on a free, I should say, and Nico Lawrenson has gone as well. They're out. Harwood Bellis has come in, 20 million. Lallana on a free transfer. Charlie Taylor, Ronnie Edwards for 3 million. Nathan Wood has also come in. Sugawara for 6 million. Flynn Downs, 18 million. Matsuki has also come in alongside Brooke Myers. So there's 9 players that Southampton have brought in already into a team that is almost really built for the Premier League as it stands currently. Now, there are going to be obviously times where Southampton, as they did before they got relegated, will get unpicked by teams, you know, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, you know, even like a Brighton might unpick them. But I look at their squad and I think it's got some good players in there. Aribo, like him. Kyle Walker-Peters, like him. Smallbone, like him. Adoizi, like him. Solomana, like him. You know, there's players in there that I feel will cause threats to teams going forward. Defensively, I think they're really shaped up really well. I think Harwood Bellis coming in for the fee as well. That makes sense. You know, slot straight into centre-back for Southampton. They've obviously got McCarthy in goal, who I think will just retain his place. Gavin Bazunu's injury, we'll probably see McCarthy retain that place there anyway, in the goalkeeper. But I look at Southampton and I'm really impressed with the team that they've got. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Their best finish in the Premier League, they finished 6th, 2015, 2016. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Southampton. I look like it's going to go one or two ways. Obviously, they're going to get hammered every week, which I doubt they will. I think they've got enough in their team. They have let, obviously, some players go. Adam Armstrong scored 26 goals last season, which I think was instrumental for how they played and why they were so successful and able to get into the playoffs, retain their spot in the playoffs, and then also go on to win it as well. You know, a player that doesn't just sit in the box. He likes to get in and around it as well, create chances around it, take shots from outside the box as well, test the goalkeeper. So I like him. The provider of the assists for Southampton, the most last season was from Sugawara, 7 assists, 53 chances created from all different angles. You know, can take corners, free kicks, a set piece specialist as well. So I think he's going to be a key player to watch out for at Southampton. I think for Southampton, and I say this about a lot of teams, is, you know, win your home games. You know, win those home games. They're the easiest games to win. St. Mary's is a tough ground to go to. And I think if they can win their home games and then try and capitalize on some of those away fixtures as well, I think they'll do really well. But I do think I don't necessarily see them struggling as much as maybe some other teams will. I think they'll do really, really well. I think they'll do okay. I'm going to say 13th league position finish for Southampton. I think they have enough about them to make a good challenge to try and press on. show their intentions of being and why they should be back in the Premier League, and then go from there. I don't see them struggling as much as say a Nottingham Forest or maybe even an Everton. I think they've got enough about them, and I think a lot of these players will want the opportunity to be in the Premier League. You know, we've seen that sometimes with Luton last season, as much as they went down eventually, but we're seeing with certain clubs they're willing to give it a go, especially against the bigger clubs, just to prove their point. And like I said, this isn't new territory for Southampton. You know, they've been here before. This is something that they're used to doing, albeit it didn't go well for them their final part of the season when they got relegated. But I think they'll come back. And as I said, I like the manager. I think the manager coming in, Russell Martin, has got them playing some really attractive, fast tempo, you know, front foot, aggressive football in terms of, you know, the pressure, closing down those spaces and occupying the right spaces as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with his team, whether he sticks to the 4-3-3, does he change it now that he's in the Premier League and coming up against better opposition than he did in the Championship, is TBC. But I'm going to go for 13th position for them. My star player is going to be Adam Armstrong. I just think goal threat, you know, like I said, in and around the box. He's a danger. He's a useful striker to have in a team, and I think some defenders will struggle with his movement, and they'll struggle with the qualities that he possesses in and around the box for me anyway. So I've gone for Adam Armstrong as my star player. My player to watch will be Harwood Bellis, because as much as he's not a household name in many houses up and down the country, I think we're going to be surprised how well he does at centre-back for Southampton. I think he'll have a really good season for them. So he's obviously coming for quite a bit of money in terms of the fee that's been paid for him, you know, 20 million. So it is quite a big fee for a player that is possibly unheard of or unknown in certain areas of the country. But I feel like he's going to be one of those players, 22, you know, a young defender. We spoke about Lenny Yoro in a Manchester United preview. I feel like, you know, he's on that same level, but, you know, having a defender that young, you see him at the club for a couple of years, you know, we've seen what's gone on with Van Dijk when he went from Celtic to Southampton. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him as a centre-back and seeing what he can do. And like I said, you know, Southampton this season, they've got to be closing the gates on the goals going in. So I think he's going to be, you know, vital role he's got to play there. So I'm going to go 13th in the league. My star player and my player to watch, I've confirmed. Southampton fans, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video and also hit that notification bell, and also check out the other Premier League previews that we've done for other clubs as well if you're not a Saints fan. We'll be back very soon. As I keep saying, the debate show will be starting very soon. I think the first one will be on Sunday. It'll be live. We'll be having a debate about match week 1. So make sure you tune in for that one. It's all going to be fun and games. Stay safe. We'll be back very soon. Thanks for watching.